Good morning. I think I will first begin by saying I'm not a fellow. I'm not a PhD fellow. And I also would like to point out a few things. And that Gulu University did not get fellows. What we have is 5 career development awardees and 4 master research grant beneficiaries. So our challenge was, how do we participate in the CPE? We discussed this a number of times, and then I'll go back and say we found our niche in the mainstream Thrive project, and that is aim number 3, and that's what we hope we can be able to work with. So the proposed basic plan is to unpack the CPE to the awardees and the IIC members. And we hope to do this through a training workshop. And then there will be identification of individual research niches which can fit into the CPE strategy. And then have this integrated into the work plan and the activity plan. And then there will, of course, be developing an implementation of the approaches and then the impact assessment. But then I decided that we divide up the group, because among the awardees we have beginners and we have those who are halfway through or almost 3/4 way through, and those who are near completion. So that for the beginners, I thought that we'll do capacity building first through this training workshop. And during the workshop, they will of course identify their stakeholders, there will be sensitization, and then pre and post evaluation of community understanding and perception, and then engagement, involvement during data collection and analysis, and then dissemination of findings to the different groups of stakeholders and policy briefs. For the ongoing, the approach, I thought we would have provocative debate to conduct. I've heard this on radio, where topics are selected by the different stakeholders and they settle on one, and a debate is conducted, and then in the end they find which group have scored higher than the other. But they bring out a lot of information, and you get the people to share what they know apart from what you give them as a scientist or something like that. Then for dissemination, the approach will not be just going to let them know what you found out, but also to share the implications and see whether they understand it or not. But also, I would like to say that what I'm talking about now, we were not able to brainstorm fully on it, because we were still debating whether we could fit into the program or not. So the almost completed, we could also do the public debate approach and then do the dissemination as well. But then approach 4 is where we thought we could engage the schools by having motivational talks to students on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics by the awardees, and then visit the girls-only schools, boys-only schools, and mixed schools. But the approach will be determined when we come down to know exactly how to engage the students, because we hope that by that time the capacity building workshop would have taken place. And then, of course, career talks. Thank you for listening.